Barbara Gordon #2. Wow. Um, this book picks off where it started or where it ended. And before I begin, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to the video. Please smash those likes. Please smash those likes and give me the hearts on TikTok whenever needed. Because what I'm going to bring to you now, I can't. It is amazing. Let's jump into it. Or should I say, let's talk about it. Barbara Gordon. Now, if you guys remember in the last book, or should I say, book 1 of Barbara Gordon, was it BreakOut #1? Um, it ended where she was put into her personal cell by a guard. And if you remember, she was walking down this dark, or should I say, this dark hallway where all the prison cells are. The prison guard put her in a jail by herself. And when she went in jail by herself, someone was creeping behind her. And the person that creeped behind her, no one knew, because it ended right there. Now, this one carries off or carry on from that episode. The person who did it, it was revealed, and you really couldn't see the guy's face, but the costume looked very familiar. This guy, from what I've seen, had on a hat, and you couldn't see his eyes, but you could see his skin. His skin was kind of palish white. He had on a purple costume. Now, that does remind us of someone that Batman has fought in recent memory, past, present, and future. I can't say the name because I'm not quite exactly sure what it was, who that guy was. But anyway, it continued from there, and that person had a bomb of some sort, and the bomb blew up in her face. That's where that issue. That's where the issue kicks off at. It blew up in her face, and then apparently she was found, and she was found in, or should I say, she was laying in an infirmary. If you guys know what infirmary is in prison cells where people go. It's kind of like a mini clinic in prison cells, but they call them infirmaries. So she was found in an infirmary on her back with tubes up her arms, and she had something wrapped around her head, and standing over her was this officer, and this officer, I'm assuming he's the one that found her, or it might have been someone who saw her, and he asked her, was she feeling okay? And when she woke up, she actually woke up screaming, like I said, something scared the living daylights out of her. She woke up screaming, and she laid back down apparently, and then woke up again, and that's where the officer was standing over her, and he asked, was she doing okay? And he said, and she said, not so good, or should I say, unfortunately, not so good, somewhere along up in there, in the words. But so they say that she had a fractured skull. One of her wrists was broken because she had tubes up her wrist. Some broken ribs, and something with the shoulder. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but she had suffered some severe damage from that explosion that was put in her face by this dude who caught her in the last episode of Barbara Gordon 1. And so, but overall, while that was going on, this female by the name of Sparrow was standing over her, and she specifically said that she wanted to help Barbara Gordon out, but she also said that Barbara Gordon's not safe there, and everybody know in the in some parts of the Batman. In fact, I think it's the Batman that a lot of people are so crazy about. Barbara Gordon was supposed to have beat somebody to a pulp and got arrested for it. And when she got arrested, she wound up in I think in Gotham, one of Gotham prisons. And so that kind of started the downfall of the Gordons in in the town halls where Robert Gordon's father was known as Commissioner Gordon, and he had it taken from him. And now, if you guys familiar with it, it's this some dude and Poison Ivy are running Gotham. That's where all of this shapes up to in the Barbara Gordon series. Um, so like I said, so she's been in prison for quite a while, and so not exactly sure how long she's in there, but she's been in for quite a while. But anyway, this girl named Sparrow was standing over her, and she told she told him that if you need any help, I will help you. That's exactly what she told her. But she told her she wasn't safe as well. So she gave her this little. She gave her this some type of medicine, what it was, and the medicine supposed to have knocked her out, but it didn't knock her out completely, because she actually untubed Barbara from her medical bed, removed all the tubes and everything from her, and walked her out. But when she walked her out, the medicine did something to her mentally, because she started to lose her mind. And you can see in the issue where stuff in the background was kind of wearing out in waves, you know what I'm saying? And so she was under the influence of the medication that the girl Sparrow had given her, and the girl looked like Batman according to Barbara's imagery. So the drug did that much, doing that much damage to her. But in the process, she took Barbara to her bedroom, and I think that's where Barbara fell asleep at. But prior to that, though, it switched to a scene to Barbara Gordon's father, who is now an officer of the law, instead of being the commissioner. He's the officer of the law now, and he was demoted. And so it switched from that prison cell to Barbara Gordon's father outside. And I don't think Barbara Gordon's father was nowhere near the prison cell. I think he was somewhere in location, being on watch somewhere. I think that's what he was doing. Cause while that was going on, a crook ran past him, and this car ran past him. Actually, and so while that was going on, Barbara Gordon's father, the former Commissioner Gordon was running towards the officer, then was running towards the person who he saw running past him. But he was running pretty fast, but he kind of got out of breath on that part. But then the dude who he chased came behind him and hit him in the back. Right here. Him dead smack in the back. Barbara Gordon's dad, or should I say former Commissioner Gordon, hit back, but the dude hit Barbara Gordon back, and then that shadowy figure behind the crook wound up being Nightwing. So Nightwing took out the crook, among other things, knocked him out, and they started talking about Barbara Gordon, and he was saying Barbara Gordon do not want to be rescued because she feels guilty for what has occurred to her, and she wants to find out who was killing the inmates in the prison cell, which is the reason why she got in the first place. And so while that was going on, Nightwing was telling former Commissioner Gordon that. But Commissioner Gordon said that he brought someone in the prison to help out Barbara Gordon. And I thought that was Sparrow, which I'm gonna talk about later on in the video. But anyway, it switched back from Commissioner Gordon back to Barbara Gordon in the prison cell, where the woman named Sparrow was standing over her, and she was in her prison cell, and this woman Sparrow gave her this incentive drug that knocked her out. And she was, remember now, when you're in pain like that, sometimes they give you sleeping pills to decrease the pain while you're sleeping, so you sleep comfortably. But in this case, this is not the situation at all. This was to keep her seduced for some reason. So Barbara Gordon kept getting pills, but while that was going on, it's this dark entity that's in the prison cell, and which I'll talk about also later in this book. But as that was going on, Barbara Gordon thought she was having a dream, so she woke up from the dream, and Sparrow was still standing over her. When she woke up, she gave her another sleeping pill to complete the night. But when they woke up the next morning, you know how when when they wake you up for breakfast or that morning, they wake you up really early. When they wake you up early, you gotta do a lineup. And Barbara Gordon and everybody did a lineup, but when the prospect time, they went 2 cells over. The next cell, the second cell from their cell, the officer went there. How about you need to wake up? But when he walked in, he found a piece of arm. He found an arm of one of the prisoners that was in there. All he saw was the arm, no body, just the arm, piece of a person's wrist or arm or finger or arm piece of, because when your arm is detached from your from your shoulders, I mean from your arm, from your elbow is an arm. So it's more like a hand and arms was laying in there full of blood. The entire prison room was full of blood with the arm of the person that was missing. And so they wound up going into the outside. You know how they got this little area outside where inmates are allowed to have some free time, and the cops are up in the balcony, being sure everything remained cool. They were out there at first. Barbara Gordon started talking to the Sparrow chick, and the Sparrow chick telling Barbara Gordon that you need to stay calm, stay out of the way. And while that was going on, Sparrow kept telling her that she needed to keep her fish down. She there to help her. All that kept going. And Barbara Gordon talked about saying they picking us all over. Whoever the person is, they picking us off one by one at a time. So in other words, it's like the person, whoever's doing the killing, is picking whoever they want to kill. That's basically what Barbara Gordon is saying. And Barbara Gordon would be on Sparrow one time. She need to keep her voice down because they don't want us to hear what's going on. But they started talking about the person who was missing 2 cells down, where they found the wrist, the hand and wrist and arm in the prison cell. That was being talked about out in the yard. So apparently Barbara Gordon went back to her room, fell asleep. But when she fell asleep, she woke up out of her sleep, and this dark entity once again had on a purple outfit, purple hat, and he was saying, "Time for your pill, Barbara." And that's what he was saying. But in many ways, Barbara was thinking of the person who put a bomb in her face, who she thought was that person in the purple outfit who said that she needed a pill, wound up being Sparrow. So Sparrow gave her another sleeping pill, knocked her out again. But as Sparrow was exiting the prison, exiting her room, Sparrow kept walking. But in the shadow, in her shadow, you can see right here in the shadow. You see how creepy Sparrow's shadow is right here. See that right there? That's her shadow, right there. That's Sparrow's shadow, and that's what you see there. That's a dark shadow. And if you look as she was walking towards the light, you see all that smoke and gleam. I don't know if that was the effects of the light or that. I'm not sure what that is, but she kept walking, and as she kept walking, another inmate that was already locked up, and she started talking to Sparrow, and the girl and the inmate said no, and Sparrow says she giving her something to relax. You know what I'm saying? So something to keep her relaxed. And then she and the other inmate said she didn't die. And Pharaoh said no. And I'm keeping her breathing, not keeping her breathing, but doped. Or word, doped up. And so Pharaoh kept on walking. And she said she know what I'm doing. That's what she said. Now, while that was going on, this is what occurred. Right there. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but you can see this dark entity right here that's over Barbara came into her prison cell while she was doped up, like Pharaoh said, and this entity came out right here, and that's right there what you get from this Barbara Gordon book. This, I mean, and that's what I got from the book. I had to read a little bit of it because, like I said, I'm not rushing into the book, but I'm actually getting a feel for it. And this is Barbara Gordon Breakout 2. Oh my God, this book, family, the series is getting good. I'm loving where this is going. Love the artwork, and what I love about the artwork so most is the colors. I mean, look at the colors of this book. I mean, it's brown. They're using some soul color brown in here, some dark colors. So they basically they use a lot of dark colors with it. A lot of dark, spooky colors. That's what they're using up in there. You see some orange, some red, some brownish red. I mean, you see all colors in this book. But what I like the most though. Let me give you to paint that full color so you see what I mean. Right here it is. See how the texture of the colors, they match. You know, it's to me, like I said before, when I buy books like this, the art has to match. It has to match. And I'm looking at the colors. The colors are vibrant. Like I said, that soul color brown. You got green, then you got some dark black there, some brown. I mean, you got all kind of colors. They all seem to match, or should I say, mesh together. And it gets no better than that. I mean, I can sit there and look at this book for days, and then at the same time, the pages are glossy. I like glossy stock anyway, because glossy stock it makes the colors more brighter and more vibrant when you buy a book like this that has great covers. Great cover like this right here. This is number 2, and number 1 was awesome. Number 2 is great, and now I just bought number 3. Number 3, I got 3 over there, and so now I got to read 3 and give you my input on 3 so I can catch up. But man, this right here, Barbara Gordon, number 2, is one of the ones. I'm loving this book. I'm loving this read. I'm loving where it's going, and so far I'm liking where it's going. This is peak. This is a peak book, family, and I hope you guys have it. Hope you read it. If you got it, I'm quite sure you have read it. But this is my review on Barbara Gordon Breakout number 2. I'm all in, family. Like I said before, I'm all in. Peace.